celebrities. So ladies and gentlemen, the next speaker which I am going to introduce on this stage is Dissect This Vital Connection. We are privileged to host a true pioneer, a leader whose work has fundamentally shaped Hyderabad's healthcare and by extension its global standing. He is a world-renowned expert in surgical gastroenterology and a pioneer in complex surgeries. Having trained over 700 surgeons and performed an astonishing number of procedures in his 4-decade-long career. His vision led to the founding of one of the India's fastest growing chains of tertiary care hospitals, setting benchmarks in organ transplantations and advanced medical care. Ladies and gentlemen, his expertise is not just clinical, it is strategic. His journey in building world-class healthcare infrastructure makes him uniquely qualified to speak on how world-class health facilities create world-class real estate. Please help me in welcoming founder and visionary behind the Global Hospitals Group, Dr. K. Ravindranath Garu, with a huge round of applause, ladies and gentlemen. A very warm welcome, sir. The stage is all yours. Can we get a slide changer, please? If console can help us with a slide changer.
Good afternoon, everyone. First of all, I would like to thank the Vijay Sai and all the organizers of Nereda and Raj TV. He informed me yesterday that, Doctor, can you do something, how healthcare will help real estate or healthcare, what are the strategies real estate should have for healthcare and healthcare related services. I said, I've just put few slides together. One thing I would like to tell you is, the healthcare is not going to be what we practice today in the next 10, 20 years. Today, healthcare is predominantly when somebody becomes sick, an operation or medical treatment happens. But that is not going to be the case. Future is going to be a preventive healthcare, proactive healthcare, wellness, and longevity. People are going to live longer. I think most of you are here, born in 90s and 2000, will definitely have a very good chance to live 100 plus years. That is the kind of developments happening in healthcare. So you can imagine if you are going to live 100 plus years, how much of senior living you need, how much of infrastructure you need for all the senior citizens, everyone. I hope you can hear me well, or is it resounding? Can you go back, please? Can you go back, please? So, the 5 pillars shaping future of health and well-being is healthcare, especially in Hyderabad, healthcare and health tourism, life sciences and regenerative medicine. You know, our pharma industry is one of the biggest pharma industry in the country, and we supply huge amount of drugs to all over the world. And I'm also the chairman of Laurus Labs, so I've been involved in pharma also, so I understand that longevity is the next big revolution happening in healthcare. Everyone benefits. All of you will benefit. Whole world will benefit. Longevity and wellness. That has become mantra, because once you have enough money, you want to be healthy, happy, and live longer. And that's something, wellness is another important. Senior living and assisted care and rehabilitation is another big area for future. And already we are getting into that stage where, because India is currently a very young country, but in another 20 years' time, we will see the same situation like China or Western world. So we'll have 20%, 25% of our population will be 65 plus. Naturally, you need a lot of senior citizen living and assisted care and rehabilitation. Next slide, please. Next slide, please. So Hyderabad, today we have end-to-end capabilities in drug discovery, clinical research, manufacturing, hospitals, affordable care. So 8 of the top 10 global pharma companies operate here. Large 230 plus US FDA approved plants in Hyderabad. So Genome Valley, cluster of leading hospitals in India or in Hyderabad, leading hub for clinical research and contract manufacturing, and there is a large talent. Healthcare, wellness, senior care, longevity sit on top of all this infrastructure. That's why this is in future, the infrastructure has to be created for the wellness, senior care, longevity, all of them. That's where all of you need to work closely with healthcare players and build an ecosystem. Next slide, please. Next slide, please. Okay. So, if you look at a global shift, as I told you, treatment. Today most of the people come to the hospital with a major disease or something like that. Then we treat them, do a surgery or some medical. From that, we are going to longevity and continuous wellness. Wellness is not for a 1 week. Well, most of us go for a 1 week, 10 days retreat, health retreat or wellness retreat, and we think we have rejuvenated. That is very small. You have to follow that. You have to have a continuous wellness. That's how you improve your longevity and all of them. So, if you look at it, rapidly aging population in India, about 192 million population will be by 2035. That is almost 20 crores population. Probably Telangana will have at least almost 1 crore of them. About 20% of the population will be 65 plus. So, you need, if you expect your children, grandchildren to take care of you, it's not going to happen. Whether you like it or not, that's what is going to happen. You need to plan your retirement, you need to plan your senior living, you need to plan your, including funeral services, I'm telling you, in 20, 30 years. That's what's going to happen. That's what West, if you go to UK or US, all these services are planned much before. And a lot of growing demand for longevity medicine, personalized health, wellness retreats, structured elderly support. So global wellness economy is exploding. It is almost 6.3 trillion global market, global wellness alone. If we add healthcare and other things to it, it is much more than that. It is almost 14-15% of the population, the GDP of every country over a period of time. When we are developing, it will be less. Developed countries, 14-15% spending. Next slide, please. Next slide, please. Next slide, please. Okay. Yeah, this is you see the wellness tourism alone is an $830 billion business across the world. Personal care and beauty is $1.21 trillion. Mental health is $233 billion. Wellness real estate is around $500 billion today. It's going to explode further as we grow. And then you have a traditional complementary medicine, $553 billion across the world. This is where India can play a very important role because of Ayurveda, naturopathy, yoga, meditation, all of them. If you have integrated services, it's not just only yoga center or Ayurveda center. And then if you club healthcare, all these, few of them as a cluster, you can imagine what are the opportunities for the real estate in this kind of places. If you expect hospitals to build all these things, we will never be able to build because capital intensive, we will not be able to do a real estate business. Okay, so all of you should come in. You take healthcare players, wellness players, and some of the mental health experts and all of them, create clusters. I will tell you that little later. Over the next 10-15 years, cities that built integrated healthcare, longevity, wellness, and senior care infrastructure will capture the next major wave of urban value creation. It's a fact, whether you like it or not. This is another big driver along with the IT and your data centers and other things. Next slide, please. So Hyderabad, the hidden gap in my view is, I've been here. I came to the Hyderabad in 1990. That time it is a large village, if you ask me honestly, Hyderabad. Hardly anything. There was only 3 flights a week to Mumbai, 3 flights a week to Delhi. The only Air India, Indian Airlines. They used to overbook, and their VIPs comes, they will offload you. That is the situation. Today, you can imagine, in just 35 years, whole thing transformed, especially last 20 years. In the next 20 years, what you have seen the growth, you'll have 5 times. Just imagine. We didn't have roads to drive the car properly. I used to have a Mercedes car. I couldn't drive. But today, you have every brand in the world available in Hyderabad. And you can drive well, happy, you can enjoy. All those things are available today because the last 20 years of great work by both government and private sector have done a great job to come to this far, and then Hyderabad has become a major metro in India and perhaps the best metro in India. That's again thanks to both government as well as the private sector. So going forward in next 20 years, our economy will be probably in the most conservative 20 trillion. We have seen, all of us seen, maybe 20 years back we are only half a trillion. Today is 4 trillion. Just for 3.5 trillion growth, we have seen best airports, best roads and all those things. Imagine from 5 trillion to 20 trillion, the economy is going to be huge. What you see in America and all, and also our purchasing power is much higher. So naturally, our infrastructure, our technologies, everything will be as good as any best countries in the world. So that's all, again, majority of it is in infrastructure. It is services are smaller portion of that. All these things, what I'm telling, major chunk is infrastructure. It's all of you should do that. Many youngsters here, you should all plan something unique and make it a big contribution to the country's growth. So wellness and longevity tourism. You see, medical tourism today is about 1 lakh patients come to Hyderabad. There is, if you have a proper infrastructure for them, right kind of food, right kind of what do we call integrated facilities for them to come and stay. Each patient stays about 2 to 6 weeks per treatment because most of them come for major problems. If we can create some of the things, they will come and happily stay. And I can tell you, this 1 lakh is going to become 4 or 5 lakhs in the next 5 years or so. That is the kind of opportunity. If there is the right ecosystem we create, they come. Because it's much more expensive to go to Bombay or Delhi for them to stay. What they spend in the hospital, they spend as much money in Bombay, in outside. Because we have a hospital in Bombay, we used to see many other them to cry. When they come to Hyderabad, they were happy, much better because it's much cheaper. So it's very important to create a affordable infrastructure for all these people. Wellness and longevity tourism, increase demand, and quality wellness resorts, vitality centers, longevity clinics, we don't have great number. This is another area, big opportunity for some of you to partner with healthcare players and do that. Senior living and assisted care, I know a few of them are already done, but if you look at internationally, the senior living and their standards, the quality, everything is far superior. And this is an area which is going to be exploding in the next 20 years. Somebody focuses on that, you can make several billion on that, in that business. So healthcare and adjacent real estate, no integrated recovery homes, rehab centers or health campuses. These are all very important for future growth of healthcare and longevity and our own senior citizens, how they live, how they live happily and healthily. Okay. So Hyderabad attracts a strong demand across verticals because this city has got a very good infrastructure and best weather. If you ask me honestly, out of the six metros, there is no better city than Hyderabad in terms of weather or infrastructure. That again, thanks to many of you who have contributed for that. Now with healthcare is as good as anybody, best healthcare in the country. With longevity, senior citizens care, all these things, if we can put it across, it will become a very holistic city, and that is something which we need to look at it. Next slide, please. So I would suggest to some of you who are interested in this, we should create a purpose-built clusters for the next decade. Okay, these structures should have hospitals, medical facilities, senior living, assisted care, wellness resorts, longevity centers, rehabilitation recovery facilities, and along with that, naturally, you will have a retail, F&B. I will give you one example of this. One of my friend, his name is Sek Govan, used to be a managing director of Capital Land. He built large facilities for like integrated facilities in China and Singapore. Next slide, please. Next slide, please. This is the global benchmark, a perennial in China and Singapore built. It's like any other infrastructure, but the facilities, everybody, you look at it, master plan clusters, developments for accessibility and scale, because if you are building senior citizens and all rehabilitation, all these things, you need to have the roads differently, you need to have access differently, you need to have a senior friendly accommodations, all those things. So at the same time, full continuum of care. We can provide independent patients different care, assisted living, dementia, mental health, long term. Because once you reach 75, 80, mental health is a big problem. We need to accommodate them as an inclusive model. We cannot put a mental health hospital and throw them there. That's not correct. That is not democracy. That is not a humanity. So we need to make them inclusive. So that's kind of infrastructure we need to create. So mixed use format that creates stable, multi-stream, long stay revenue. Sek Govan actually used to own Eon Mall in Singapore. He sold that and put all that money there. In the last 7 years or 8 years, he has multiplied it by 7 times. So that is the majority, 70% is a real estate play. 30% is a healthcare, longevity, personalized care, rehabilitation, all of them. 70% is a real estate play. So because that guy was a Capital Land MD and all of those things, he could realize that, and he partnered with healthcare players and all, created that. Now he's going to Indonesia and almost 7 countries he's doing it. So he was telling me, why don't you do it? I said, I can help if somebody is willing to do. I'm not a real estate person. So what we are doing is, we are creating a university. It's called a Global Innovation University. Until we get permission, we cannot put that. it will be a distinct university bringing healthcare, life sciences, technology together. There will be only research, innovation, and skill development. These are the three things we'll do. We will not do undergraduate, no MBBS, no post-graduation. It will all be PhDs, postdoctorals, and master's programs. Why we are doing like this is that we want to create centers of excellence. It will be a 1,200-bed hospital will be there, and 7 centers of excellence. The reason why we are doing this is that we can, from our research, from our medtech, we can support several clusters, helping in rejuvenation or longevity, all of them. Next slide, please. All these things, human longevity, healthy aging, assisted care, mental health, remote care, advanced medtech. These are all going to be centers of excellence in our university. Through this, we can help any of the clusters if some of you want to create. And also another important thing is for senior citizens, retired people, if you have to provide health care, it has to be affordable health care. That is another thing, is a part of our university, affordable health care. We'll be able to support you in your clusters, and then if there is any major problems, we can always take it to our university hospitals and ImmunoAct and so many other companies. And also I'm founder of Rainbow Hospitals as well. My younger brother Ramesh is now the chairman, and with all these things, we have done something back to Hyderabad. When I came, there was nothing. Today I see a huge city, with the most, I would say, the best city in India. It's in front of my eyes it happened. I'm so happy, and of course, thanks to many of you who have contributed it. When I came to Hyderabad, there was only Hyderabad Nursing Home. Apollo Hospital just started. I came to first Apollo Hospital, and then there was a Medwin Hospital just started. You can imagine today, in the last 35 years, how healthcare has grown and some of the things. And I started first time in the country an integrated liver transplant program, heart, lung, liver, pancreas, everything. When I started in 2001, there was no transplant programs in the country. Today there are 120 transplant programs in the country. That is the opportunity in this country. Whatever you do, if you do focused, quality, and deliver to the promise you make, sky is the limit. Next 2 decades belongs to this country. All of you, at least 2 decades, probably 3 decades. This is the best time to utilize. After that, we will also get into the same problems of Western world, elderly population, too much of social benefits. All those things will happen. But when we have opportunity, let's all utilize. I want to thank the Nereda and Raj TV and all the organizers, Vijay Sai and Madam was here. I really thank all of you, and help yourself and help the nation. That is the future. If our nation is strong, we are all strong. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir. Can we hear it a little louder, please, for sir? So I would request if you can please take center stage. I would request Bali Bandaru Garu to please join me on the stage. And to present sir with the sampling. While this happens on the stage, I want everyone, please join your hands together and give a round of applause, please. I would request Mr. Ravi Verma Garu also to please join me on the stage. And present sir with a memento. Sir, your expertise and vision, particularly concerning how medical infrastructure directly influences land value and investment patterns, have given everyone here a richer, more strategic perspective on the future of Hyderabad. Thank you so much, sir. So, ladies and gentlemen, just want to keep you informed that Honorable Minister for Irrigation